this is part 2 of traveling to Russia. How? When I made part 1, I did it to help others, and I ended up having a lot of help from my viewers giving me advice, so I will share it with you. Now, I also, in the directions to the part 1, I wrote a lot of things which I realized I should actually have put into the actual video. For example, because of the sanctions, we can't fly direct to Moscow. I use Turkish Airways, and you can go online and order directly and pay directly to Turkish Airlines, and I've done that both in 2023 and 2024, and it's perfect. They're very good. Here you have Turkish Airline book ticket, and you put in just like you always do the data, and you can see what tickets you can get. So I go over Istanbul, and I've always been afraid of having too little time to do the change, but I realized that I might be able to do the change in the short, in the 2-3 hours, instead of waiting 8 hours in Istanbul, which isn't really very interesting. And that means that you arrive same day, if it's from Europe, to Moscow. That means your traveling time is less, and you are less tired when you arrive. I advise to travel during the night and arrive in Moscow in the morning, because then you can change your money and do all those things that you have to do the first day. So that was that. I got advice about e-visa. It now looks like it's going to be extended from 16 days to 30 days, which is great. But you have to check. I don't know when that will actually go into force. Hotel. You can book hotel on a Russian, and I'm showing you now the page. You book online. So you go in on ostrovok.ru and write hotels Moscow. Go down here to there. So many hotels and apartments. And then you fill out this one if you're going to Moscow, Russia. And I've put dates just for the sake of putting dates. And then search. And then you get searching for options in Moscow, and here you go. It's in Danish krona, because that's how my computer. Anyway, so and then there's the price, and you can go to wherever you want, one that is cheaper, and so on and so forth. So it's just like any other page, agency. Okay? So very easy. You choose the ones where you pay on arrival. They don't take Master and Visa, but they take cash, rubles. If you don't have a Mir card, the debit card, the Russian debit card, they take that or cash. money. If you have to pay on arrival, of course you have to have rubles. And and you have to change that. You can't change it. You can't buy rubles. At least in Denmark, you can't buy rubles in a Danish bank or through exchange agency. So, because the rate at the airport is like a ripoff, don't change more than maybe for 1 or 2 nights of the hotel and your taxi. Then when you get to the hotel, you tell them this is the situation, you pay 1 or 2 nights, and then next day you go to a proper bank like Gazprom and change your money, and you get the best rate, the current rate, no ripoff at all. And you can, if you don't know where the bank is, you just ask your hotel where it is, and then you can take a taxi there, and you can, or maybe walk there and take a taxi back, and that is that. Now there's a SIM card. I got very, very good advice. I was told by others that it's very cumbersome, it's very difficult to get a SIM card, but the advice I got, and I'm giving it to you now. Okay, so this is the advice I got. You can read it. I'm also going to read it to you. So a foreigner can get a SIM card in 30 minutes. You make a certified translation of your passport, a couple of copies. Go to MFC. I'll tell you later what that is. Get a SNILS. I'll tell you what that is. That is an insurance number. That takes 10 minutes. I asked what is MFC. It's a multifunctional free center for working with residents to provide government services all in one place, where you can also submit documents for a new visa if you need that. So that's where you go to get your SNILS. And a SNILS, what is that? It is insurance number, uniquely identifies a resident in the country. It's issued free once for life, and it has an electronic database attached. SNILS is issued in 10 minutes at the MFC or pension fund. Now, if you did biometrics, then you are already in the database. All you have to do is get your SNILS, and you fill in some data in the data bank, and you get your number. With that number, you can then go and buy a SIM card and get it to work. You can find also, it says here where to go for this pension fund. It's on the net. You can read all about it there. Okay, so it sounds maybe complicated, and if you think it's too complicated, then forget all about it and just live without your SIM card. It would be a little bit more of an adventure to be in Moscow without a SIM card, but you can do it because, like, as I said, 20, 30 years ago, we didn't have mobiles and we didn't have all those things that you can do with mobiles. So it's possible. You can get with the metro and get around. There's a wonderful card map of the metro system. And you can find your way around. It may be a little bit difficult. That's how it is. You are a new person in a new place with a different language. So, you know, it's the adventure. You can also take taxis. You can get your hotel to book your taxi. You can get a taxi from a street corner. If you want to have a debit card, a Mir card, you go to a bank, you open an account, you get your Mir card. It takes half an hour. It's as easy as, you know, eating an ice cream. So that's the advice I have. And when I get there, I'll actually I'll make a report so that in actual fact, because things change from 23 to 24, it changed from 24 now to 25, it has changed. And so when I have been there, I'll make the videos there, and when I've been there, I'll publish them, and you can get up-to-date information. Okay, so I wish you an exciting, wonderful trip to Moscow, and my advice is take every day as an adventure. Treat every little obstacle as a game, and have a really wonderful adventure, wonderful trip. Enjoy. Bye bye.